just am a little perplexed by JDG here in this draft. Like, you couldn't have known there's going to be a Rek'Sai coming in later, right? Like, it's always going to be something you have to keep abreast in your mind. But, like, what is the thought process? I love the timing there from Tarzan. Walks into mid, screens Junja away from this. Now, Junja has Comet Spear and has his top laner move here, but this might just be a solo.
What is going on from JDG?
Huh?
They just forget that the other champions have abilities. Junja follows in Hongq's feet, goes right after, takes a ton of damage, goes down for first blood. Here's Flandra to collapse onto Hongq. That's a double kill going over to AL. Knockups onto Xiaoshu, double to Flandra, 3-0 AL.
What? To completely turn this play, and even in the picture
Oh, bot lane! Oh no, JDG. AL come up with a 2v2 kill. That's the Varus power, baby, if you can't get it in top lane. Eldo locks him down. It's a guaranteed to chase corruption spread. And hey, look, we're going to be owed another replay here because we missed this play, but Shanks and Flandra collapse onto Xiaoshu in the top side. Realm Warp gets the job done late, but yet another game where my man starts 3-0 without having to really do much.
All right. This is going to be my first piece of controversial comparisons here.
All right, I'm ready for it.
Do we consider Rek'Sai to be horse-like?
Sure, I can give you horse-like.
Okay.
I think you could ride Rek'Sai if that's the question.
I'm always down. We're going to leave that at that. Rek'Sai being, I mean, yeah, 1,500 gold. I want to get on that carnival ride every time. So... Titanic Hydra, is he going to be able to finish it? No, but still, that's pretty disgusting.
See if they're going to be able to try to hold on here just a little bit longer and even do more than hold on.
Goodbye.
Vampire taking an engage, but it's 2 versus 3, 3 versus 3 with Gala, 4 versus 3 with Junja. In comes the Grand Starfall, but Junja isolated, and Yastin, you will receive. Oh, there's Pantheon doing something. He goes down to 1 versus 4. JDG already down a man in the fight.
Early game shenanigans to start going your way. If you can win some of those early contests with Pantheon, Comet, Spear, Smite. But aside from that, we haven't seen any of that. We took really puzzling trades in mid-jungle around the lane, and now we're going to get constantly out-rotated.
All right, there's a lockdown come through onto Hongq. The dive comes
Stay
through.
free.
3v1, nice and easy. Kyle doesn't even get his name on that one. Here comes the Rumble ultimate. There's going to be a lockdown from Vampire. Gala here to start firing off shots. Kyle with the Unbreakable Will, holding on as long as he can. Max distance. Chains of Corruption going to lock down Gala. Vampire looking for a little bit more, but it's Tarzan. He is strong enough to withstand the pressure. And that's going to be it for the play. It's just Hongq falling down, no trade found. Flandra gets some alone time at the top lane. I think he's going to take first turret here before too long. He's even going to lie in wait for a few seconds, just make sure that Xiaoshu doesn't have a nice and easy path in.
Yeah, Xiaoshu just misses out on more waves. Good job from Flandra. Show some respect, and more importantly, if the turret's going to die anyway, you might as well make him lose some more CS. You're already up 30 here in this matchup. Flandra, big revitalization. I mean, he wins all-pro top laner, but
firing on all cylinders. You called the game over when it was 3-0, and this is why, right? They've been able to very effectively leverage that advantage into a bigger one, and now they're threatening on towards the bottom side, just taking full control, choking JDG out of their own jungle. It's going to make it easier to get onto this second dragon and just continue to eliminate options from this team. Flandra over the wall, going to get the knockup on Hongq, interrupts his ultimate. Rift Herald spawned in mid, lockdown coming through in the mid lane onto Hope. He's going to flash into the enemy jungle. Things getting a little chaotic here, but Tarzan here to bail out his marksman. Hope gets good damage onto Gala. Kyle here for the backup. Hope jumps into the Rift Herald, takes it right to the wall, just trying to get a couple of minutes of alone time. Flandra finds the assassination. Vampire chasing him down to the opposite side. Equalizer goes nowhere. Xiaoshu cuts off an escape route, but Flandra doesn't even take that one. Now moves forward onto Junja. He's going to fall down, but he's got a pretty good fight set up for Tarzan. Kyle throws himself into the fray. Hope is back after his little foray with the Rift Herald, but I think that's it for the team fight. AL going to be able to retreat back out through the jungle, and all in all, I think that was a 2-for-1.
It feels like JDG have fallen way too behind here in this game, and that is going to continue to be the case until I see something else, until we get some kind of mid-jungle synergy in this game.
That'll be first step. There's 3 of them on the board. Tarzan, Shanks, and Hope. All valid options. Hope perhaps the easiest if you are able to catch him alone in a dark space, but so far has done a good job being able to keep himself safe. His flash is still down for the time being. Same is true for Shanks. Baron has been the focus for now. AL taking control of the top side. Tarzan just throws himself into a 1 versus 4.
Hell yeah,
the rest
brother.
of the team's here to back him up, though. Kyle in there with the unbreakable will. Hongq's forced back, but health bars for JDG are not getting much lower. Curtain call opened up. I don't think Kyle's getting out of this one. That's some gold into Gala's pocket. Shanks, meanwhile, caught in a 1 versus 2 on the other side. Hongq and Xiaoshu with enough damage to take him down. There's one of those shutdowns we were just talking about. Xiaoshu.
And get an advantage somewhere.
Absolutely. This is still 3rd Dragon, despite it being 25 minutes. It's not really been a Dragon-focused game thus far, but it's looking like it should go over to AL. Blandra gets the jump onto Xiaoshu here. Takes a little bit of damage for his troubles, but parties will just be backing away from each other for the time being. And I do think they're going to try to pull the trigger on this Baron sooner or later as they find themselves in such a dominant position. Want to be able to close this one out before start to introduce a little bit more entropy into the game than they would like to by extending those death timers, especially when we know they haven't played exactly perfect this game. They have given up a couple of goofy things here and there. Let's see if this hunting Baron gets targeted at some point here. Well, these are the same control wards, I'm pretty sure, that have been here for like 10 minutes. So far neither
They deserve
team
the
really,
buff, the little twinkle that they get.
yeah,
Engage.
the everlasting ward of something or other, some kind of adjective. But fight starting off. Here goes Tarzan jumping forward. Gets a little bit of damage on his Junja and Hongq, but
I like to say. So, yeah, Flandra's not going to be able to match on sides, and he also doesn't have access to that big HP shield that you get this season. So that is a pretty good trade from JDG, I will say. And again, gold is staying relatively the same, 6,000.
Freaking out here. It is going to be knocked on up. They throw down the equalizer. They have successfully cut off Hope, but he just fires a piercing arrow right through and finds its way onto Junja. Vampire isolated and taken down by Shanks. Tarzan got to get onto Gala, and it's a clean wipe for AL. 5-0 ace. They buy their time. They hold a 6K gold lead for 10 minutes, and now the game is over. Baron cashing out on any benefits he can get from his union this game, because he is not going down one time. AL close out the game without him. They're going to win game number 1.
Hey, Shanks hit 3 items. He activated the actualizer, and it turns out the game just ends. I didn't know they added that, but look, we're on 26-3, so it makes sense that they changed the item on this patch. But an amazing win here from AL.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.